Hello viewers, hello, welcome to Mugero Learning Center, our channel where we explore the STEM concepts, all science subjects, all mathematics. Please subscribe to our channel, comment, like and share. This lesson is biology, pure biology, ZIMSEC syllabus, and also much applicable to Cambridge syllabus. So our topic is reproduction in general. You should be able to do so. Those are the notes which I have compiled for the topic. So I want to look at them and discuss them thoroughly. Yes. So what is a reproduction? It is written as here. It is the production of a new generation of the same species from the pre-existing one. What does it mean? Hanzi kugadzira rudzi rinyuwani rwerudzi rumwe chete kubva kurudzi rwapfuura. How together? So whenever a new generation is produced from the pre-existing generation, that is reproduction. Are we together? So that is a simple definition for reproduction. So there are two types of reproduction. We have asexual reproduction and we also have what is called sexual reproduction. What is asexual reproduction? So it is the production of a new generation from the same species by a single parent or organism without fertilization of gamete cells or sex cells. Hanzi apa ndo panogadzirwa new generation of the same species, but in this case now we only have a single parent who is involved in producing the future generation, and also there is no fertilization of sex cells or gametes. So asexual ASE, this one there is only a single parent involved who participate in reproduction. Of course, we are forming a new generation from the pre-existing one, but in this case now the tool used is only one parent or one organism, and there are no sex cells involved, no sperms, no ovum, no things like pollen grains for you to understand. You see now, no stigma, no what. So which means now this is a very unusual but very common. Because we know that for like in animals, for us to have a new generation, there must be two parents. If they are human beings, we need a mother, we need a father to come out with the child. But in this case now, we only have a single parent. That is asexual reproduction. Okay, maybe we need to know examples of sexual reproduction. What are the examples of sexual reproduction? We have cuttings, tuber, rhizomes, and sucker. Cuttings, tuber, rhizomes, and sucker. Denotes vegetative reproduction in plants. So we have asexual can also in plants is called vegetative reproduction, and it goes under cuttings, tubers, and rhizomes. These are the main types of vegetative reproduction in plants in our syllabus. We also have binary fission in bacteria. Bacteria To fission means breaking. So binary means 2. So when an organism breaks down into 2, the binary fission. It happens in bacteria and amoeba. All together. Then you also have budding in cnidarians. Cnidarians are organisms which are found in oceans, in marine ecosystems. Some call them cnidarians, some call them coeloderers. They are sea animals. The most primitive animals which are found in seas and oceans. All together. So now we have managed to define reproduction as the production of new generation from the pre-existing one. And we said there are 2 types of reproduction. We have asexual and sexual. And said this asexual is whereby there's production of a new generation from a single parent. Tikati example say asexual, tikati vegetative reproduction in plants, which include cuttings, tubers, and rhizomes. Tikati binary fission in bacteria and amoeba. Budding in cnidarians or coeloderers. Then we should be able to describe asexual reproduction in bacteria. So the bacteria reproduce by binary fission. The bacteria reproduce by binary fission, which is also called mitosis or cell division. Are we together? This is the repetition here. So bacteria, so we're trying to describe here the process of asexual reproduction in bacteria. Bacteria reproduce by binary fission. How does this okay? The circular DNA duplicates, it multiplies, or it makes a copy of itself by a process of DNA replication to perform 2 sets of DNA strands. Kureva kuti DNA iri mukati me bacteria inobereka oita maviri akafanana, anditi ndinonzi DNA replication. Saka tane maji 2 DNA strands, zvitambo zviviri zveDNA zviri mukati mebacterial cell. Tanzikwa? Then it's also different from there. Then the DNA segregates and anofamba kinda kuma opposite poles a cell. So the DNA now move to opposite poles of the cell. When imwe yakinda ku left, imwe yakinda ku left, imwe yakinda ku right. All together. Then from there what happens now? Pakati pese apa the cell invaginates. The cell invaginates and by growing inwards. And chinopofera chokura chizokera mukati until mapoints abatana, anditi membranes are fused together, anditi. So the cell membrane invaginate and it grows inwards until the cell membranes fuse. When they fuse now, the two now cells now split and it's pinching off. So when cell membranes fuse now, the bacteria eventually splits into 2 identical cells within 20 minutes. So by the same backup, this cell will go this way, this cell will go this way. That is the binary fission. All together. What about in fungi? It's very simple, it's not complicated. In fungi, the fungi reproduce by means of spores. You should know this. The fungi reproduce by means of spores. The fungi is a sporangium which produces diploid spores by mitosis. The fungi has a sporangium. Zimusoro, so anengane zimusoro anditi. A sporangium like this. Let me explain the sporangium. So this is how our fungi looks like. This is our fungi looks like. So this is our sporangium. You see now? These are our fungi. Yes. So this is the sporangium. This is called the hyphae. This is the sporangium. And it those sporangium and it ndo spores are mukati mechi sporangium aya. Can you see them? You know the sporangio 4. Sporangio 4. This is now the hyphae, and this is now they called the mycelium body. This whole thing is the mycelium. Mycelium. Is it fine? Right. So we are saying the sporangium, the fungi are produced by means of spores. The fungi is a sporangium which produce diploid spores by mitosis. We mean this sporangium now produce diploid spores by mitosis. When the spores mature, the sporangium, for example, the mushroom, best. Kana spores akura nditi. Sporangium inobva yaputika, just like what happens in mushroom, and opens up. Kana yaputika nditi yavhurika, inobva yathrowa nditi yareleasa maspores. And mhepo inobva yamatakura nditi the wind disperses them to the ground. Saka sporangium painoputika nditi inoleza maspores, mhepo yatakura ondowera pasi. When the spores fall on the moist ground, kana maspores aya akawira pane ground rakanyorova, anobva amera into a new fungi. Anditi, and obva fuma inonzi hyphae. Hyphae ipart yefungi inogrowa towards food. With this one, the hyphae, this is the hyphae. It grows towards the food. So, which means now, so I am saying the fungi reproduce by means of spores. The sporangium produce spores. And when the spores mature, when the sporangium produces spores, when the spores mature, the sporangium bursts and lays them. And these spores, when they fall on the moist cell, they germinate into a new fungi. All together. And form a hyphae. All together. So, these hyphae, they can grow up into a body which is called a mycelium. All together. So, let us now, so this is the second type of this. We looked at bacteria. How do bacteria reproduce? I've given you how the fungi reproduce. Now let us move on to how do tubers like potatoes reproduce asexually. So want to describe asexual reproduction in tuber formation in potatoes or Irish potato. So this is very, very simple. You can describe it. Our syllabus prefers us to use our home knowledge, our indigenous knowledge on how to reproduce or propagate tubers like Irish potato. So potato reproduce asexually by means of tubers. This is the first point. It occurs on the auxiliary bars on the surface. On the auxiliary bars on the surface. Altogether. Yes. So the tuber is put underground with adequate temperature, water, and air supply. So tazauti ma potatoes, they reproduce asexually by means of tubers. Where exactly on the potato does this occur? On the what we call auxiliary bars on the surface of the potato. How it is done? The tuber is put underground with adequate temperature, water, and air supply. Under good conditions of moisture and oxygen, which we have mentioned here, the auxiliary bars grow into new shoots using stored food in the tuber. Kureva kuti kana pane mvura yakakwana nditi netemperature yakakwana nemhepo yakakwana anditi auxiliary bud yanditi inobva yatangodi kuchibudisa mashoots anditi yabudisa mashoots, then we now have a new tuber and a new potato. And during this process, the tuber supplies food. And so the root grows down while the shoot develops into leaves. The root grows down under geotropism, whilst the shoot grows upwards under phototropism. Is it fine? Thank you very much. So let's move on to the next thing. We should also be able to list down the advantages and disadvantages of asexual reproduction. So let's look at advantages of sexual reproduction first. It is simple and fast. The plants spread quickly. It is genetically cheaper, since it only requires one parent and no gametes. It is cheap, I said it already. It maintains desired features. It also maintains genetic stability between generations. There are better chances of survival. Plants that are kuzofa. So that plants organisms spread quickly, or it is fast. It is genetically cheaper. It maintains desired features and maintains genetic stability. So currently there are high chances of survival. What about the asexual? And what about the disadvantages of asexual reproduction? It enables disease to spread quickly, which means it has low hybrid figure. Low hybrid figure. Low hybrid figure. Is it fine? Then less in disease and drought. And it is a similar thing. It leads to overcrowding, but there's less dispersing. Low genetic variation. Then they are poorly adapted to the environment. So let us just understand this few. Low hybrid figure or low resistant disease and drought. There's overcrowding. Low genetic variation. Is it fine? Poor adaptation to changing environments. Is it fine? Yes. So these are the main disadvantages of. You can write them down. You can pause the video and write down the notes. Right. Now our next type of reproduction is sexual reproduction. What is sexual reproduction? It is the process of. It is whereby a new generation is produced from a pre-existing one by means of two parents. I want to define in relation to the previous topic of asexual. It is the process whereby a new generation is produced from the previous generation by means of two parents. Under asexual, we had only one parent. Now we have two parents here. So in this case, I said it is the process involving the fusion of nuclei of two gametes or gametes to form a zygote in the brain of offspring that are genetically different from each other. It's now a complex definition. It is the production of a new generation of the same species by two parents through fusion of gamete cells from either parent to form a diploid zygote. We are saying we form a new generation here, and there are two parents involved, and gametes fuse, and we form a zygote, which is diploid. So I also said it is the formation of a new generation by means of fusion of female and male sex cells of two parents to form a zygote. So these are many ways of defining sexual reproduction. So I think it is wiser for us to look at the advantages of sexual reproduction as compared to asexual reproduction altogether. Unfortunately, I did not write down these notes, but let me just put them down. Under sexual reproduction, there is genetic variation, no overcrowding, better adapted to the new environments. Hybrid figure, I want to give you 4. There's a hybrid figure. What does it mean? The organisms can resist to drought and diseases. There's less overcrowding. There's high genetic variation. The organisms are better adapted to the changing environment. I've given you 4 main advantages of sexual reproduction. What are the problems or disadvantages of sexual reproduction? Right, it is slow. It is genetically expensive, as it requires 2 parents. It is genetically expensive. It does not maintain desired features. It can also result in genetic instability, since the offspring are different from the parents. It might bring instability within the generation. Inona uchinja rudzi. So noda kuti inoda 2 parents, we say it is biologically expensive or genetically expensive, because it also requires 2 parents who must hunt for each other. It means it is slow. Is it fine? It does not maintain desired features because there's what is called meiosis, which occurs during the process, which makes the daughter cells different from the parent cells and within themselves as well. So there are low chances of survival. There are low chances of survival as compared to asexual. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of sexual reproduction. So in our next lesson, we are going to look at insect pollen in the flower. Stay tuned. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Mogeno Leopold Biology, Pure Biology. Thank you very much. Subscribe, share, and like as well. Thank you very much.